Tonight, many Hoosiers are reflecting on the loss and legacy of Pope Francis, and that is especially true for local Catholics who met him in person.
Nearly a decade ago, hundreds of Hoosiers traveled from here out east to D.C. and Philadelphia for the Pope's very first visit to the U.S. Our Jenny Runovich covered that for us back in 2015, and today she caught up and had a conversation with people who made that very impactful trip. Jenny?
And it was impactful, ladies. It's still something many of them tell me they still talk about regularly all these years later. A once-in-a-lifetime experience with a once-in-a-generation leader. They say even in crowds, Pope Francis was able to foster a personal connection and deepen people's faith. This energy, these images a decade ago still resonate with Indiana Catholics.
The crowd was roaring. It's like the beginning of the Indy 500, just the crowd's going crazy.
Among tens of thousands in Philly and D.C. in 2015, hundreds of Hoosiers who made the pilgrimage to see Pope Francis in person. They're now reflecting on his loss, his legacy, that sacred time they got to be close to a man of God.
A chance of a lifetime for sure.
Just think that we got to go be there.
Patrick Bauer distributed communion during Francis's first visit to the U.S., stood just feet away as the Pope blessed the crowd. He calls it a Holy Spirit moment.
Where we were, he went right by in front of us in the Pope mobile. And then when the crowds, the way they erupted, the enthusiasm, the excitement, just the whole atmosphere of Philadelphia was just, this is just something special.
The energy in the city is just enormous.
David DeLacco was there with his growing family. He says Francis was humble, genuine, kind, proved why he's known as the People's Pope.
He was a pope concentrated on showing the world love, caring for the most vulnerable. To see his love for the people, during our visit, and just someone that truly cares for each human soul.
It's that legacy that Hoosier Catholics are celebrating now, even as they mourn his loss.
He was more than a priest. He was the shepherd of the little people. When I was a stranger, when I was an immigrant, when I was hungry, when I was poor, those are the people you reach out to. And he just exemplified that in such a gentle, good manner.
Keep him in our hearts and our prayers, and to move ourselves forward in life and remember his work.
Hoosiers say Pope Francis deepened their faith and gave them memories here they'll never forget. And it might sound a little strange to feel a personal connection with someone in a crowd of tens of thousands, but to a T, that's what everyone described about their experience with Pope Francis. And I can tell you guys, I felt it too while I was there. Folks told me today it was just his way of genuinely welcoming everyone to the church that set him apart. But both places were electric. And to see how he connected with people was pretty impressive.
Really bring people to the faith.
Oh,
letting people know that they're included.
Yes.
Who am I to judge?
Exactly.
And to think that just yesterday he was among the people, he was doing his work, and
right.
Ended up working apparently his entire life. It's just inspiring.
To the last. Yeah, it sure is. And by the way, if you want to see more about the Pope's visit to the U.S., kind of how Hoosiers experienced that time, we've compiled all of our coverage from then right now on WTHR Plus. Lots of impactful stories to share. Just download on your TV and watch for free.